You see the our own traditional press who was informed of our progress. Are you ready? Are you ready? When you're ready, tell us. We'll start. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Federal High Court today again, and probably one of the most interesting days in the course of fighting for justice at this Federal High Court, or in Nigeria as a whole. And today reveals also the role of our judiciary in ensuring that we get justice. One of the most bizarre things I've ever had to deal with in this Federal High Court, and our judiciary federal as number 3, but 11 and 4. Yes. There are 2 vacation judges in this court today, Justice Emeka Iwuche and Justice S.M. Lima. Both of them listed a case against me, or probably at the same time. I think this was done to ensure that we were able to attend. So in both cases, one was before Justice Lima. You guys know my running battle with Justice Lima and my passport, which he seized unjustly as far back as February. He's been coming since February to ask for him to release the passport. He will give one excuse or the other. And suddenly he stopped taking the dates that we choose. Typically claiming that he's involved in other matters. There was a time he said he went to a conference in Lagos, and another time he said he went back to Bauchi to go and finish the case. So today he actually did reveal that he's been reading us. And he was not happy that newspapers reported that he had absconded from the case. But regardless, he said, the first thing he said, this is an expert case, so we don't need to enter the door. And later, he reversed himself, when he was told that it's a motion on notice, still did not allow me to enter the door. You know the implication, because he knows I'll defend myself. Even with a full battery of lawyers, we are all friends of the court. So, but he refused to hear the case, saying that it's not weighty enough to be heard during vacation. And this is a motion that was filed about my ability to travel, which I'm entitled to, even when I'm under criminal trial. Until you convict me, you can't prevent me from leaving my country or going anywhere. And there was also a medical request filed to see a doctor since January, February 2025. If those things are not weighty enough, I don't know what is weighty. Considering that people who steal billions of naira are granted permission to travel, murderers who are politically connected are granted permission to travel, kidnappers are granted permission to travel in this country, and those who can refer to as people who have committed crimes against humanity are granted permission to travel. In the Maron case, he refuses. At that time, he claimed that my international ticket that I downloaded from the internet, it didn't look like the one from those around. Which is, he said he had at one time traveled to America. That's not how the ticket looked like. And I had an application with him, my Lord, for your lordship. You must understand that the world has moved beyond the last time you traveled. We no longer have to get long print cards or ticket. Now we are going digital. These days we use QR codes. That's how the issue gets. But if you want the full we can provide it to you after you grant me. At any rate, if you grant me permission to travel, the line swing from here to America. And then he later said that it was most ridiculous that the lawyer did not provide details of my family members in America, that they should have provided my wife's name and my children's names before her. Again, just another excuse to prevent us from getting justice. So today again, he stylishly after complaining that reports are not favorable towards him, that he absconded from the case, denied us justice, claiming that it's not waiting enough information. While that was happening, the police that were not represented in this case, they didn't come to court today, but they were upstairs with Justice Unity, filing for or asking for an expert to serve Sahara Reporters in a case that is already before the judge through substituted service. Apparently, they want to publish our Sahara Reporters summons on Nigerian newspapers, whichever way. But again, they were granted. But the judge ought to have known, because the case is already before him for trial, there was nothing to rush and embarrass. We should have come before the court and said, look, we want to ask for social service, but they want to ambush us. There is no urgency involved in service, especially when the main corporate is available at any time. And I told them when I saw them in the office, that is the Illegal IGP's office, through his IGP monitoring team leader at the faculty, that I always advise them when they are making these mistakes. I said, instead of wasting your time looking for Sahara, since you don't know how to serve Sahara, you can amend your charges to be Sowore versus. I'm strong enough to handle all of you. You know, until I beat my last, I'm not going to surrender. Everybody understand that. But the goal, as you all know, is not to get justice. They want to see what they can do to muzzle Sahara Reporters. Sahara Reporters is actually their enemy. I am just the face of that enemy that they don't know how to declare war against. It was the reason Buhari detained me. It was likely because of Buhari. They told me in detention, how are you getting the health information about the president when Buhari was sick? Which would have saved Nigeria a lot had we decided against him a long time ago. They also Bakari, who is also claimed that Sahara Reporters wrote that he collected 500 million naira from MCN. Specifically, Bakari said when he got home, he couldn't convince his daughter that he's not a thief. And as a result, ordered the DSS DG Bichi to arrest me in the middle of the night, accused me of treason, money laundering, and all that. Eventually, the case fell apart. It took 5 years. A judge in this federal high court, and I'm giving you the real story, restricted me to Abuja for 2 years. That's Justice Omoyele. When I was arraigned before her, I gave her hints that this case is not going anywhere. She was not paying attention. Eventually, she had to abandon the case. It went through about 4 judges. Taiwo, Ijoma Ojuku, Egbetokun did not waste time. That's just Egbetokun. He said, and then Nwite took over. And eventually the federal government came in disgrace and withdrew their case. Talking about the former DG of DSS, this is Wakama now. His son took all the money he stole around Ujano. Maybe most of you haven't heard. But at that time, he was no longer the DG of DSS. I heard his son has now returned, and they are begging the son to see how much he can retrieve. I'm talking about actually his son, who is a soccer player, or who claims to be a soccer player. The wife also, I heard, ran away with some parts of the money. But they are not letting you know because they will embarrass Buhari. All of them that thought they were dealing with me have been dealt with. And it's the same thing that is going to happen to this case. That they make a prediction that this is not going to go anywhere. They will fail and they will be disgraced accordingly. And that is why we make sure that we are present at this court trial. Whatever it is that they want to do, we are ready for it. Any time, and we are sure that we are on the side of the history, on the right side of the history. So our struggle to ensure that we free this country and liberate ourselves continue without any looking back. So that is our story for today. That's our experience today, and this is the opportunity that we have to tell you what is going on in terms of updates in our case. For your information, we'll be back on Wednesday for the arraignments in that case that they got suspended service for. And I think that's what they are in a hurry to do. Success service is slated for, the arraignment is slated for Wednesday. Yeah, success service against having gotten that. They claim that they have service. I don't know how they are going to do it. Sahara Reporters is based in the US. Maybe somebody needs to fly a presidential jet down there to go and serve. But then you have to be worried that the jet will come back, saying that the APC and PDP are now terrorist organizations against worldwide. And I'm sure one of the European or US countries is looking for a scapegoat among yes. So Canada has already declared you terrorists. I'm sure the US will follow Europe and the UK and the rest of the world. But as I always say, they always come late to the game. We have already declared the APC a terrorist organization under Buhari for a long time. Buhari himself embraced Boko Haram flag, logo, openly in this country. He was passing a message that he's a terrorist. When Buratai also did take that position of presenting to him officially Boko Haram the signal flag. In this side also rock. So these guys are terrorists, and the list is growing. The illegal IGP has not joined. Well, he was part of it because yesterday as we were going from research, we found out that he actually ordered policemen to shoot and kill people in the and back of it. And the policemen were also paid 50,000 for carrying out the kills. So, in fact, our position about his tenure not being extended emanated first and foremost from his role in the bad government. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. We'll be back again on Wednesday. Revolution now.
Aluta.
Continue.
Aluta.
Continue.
Revolution now. Revolution now.
Victoria Assato. Thank you.